Oh, Jak Lee Golf.
Hello,
18 boring golf questions.
let's go.
Favorite club?
Um, 9 iron.
Which golf ball do you play?
Vice at the minute, German golf ball.
Hate most, wind or rain?
Rain.
Thumb stopped working. Favorite pro golfer?
Matt Fitzpatrick.
Blade.
Yeah.
Current handicap?
Ineligible.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, you're my first proper pro.
Right.
This time next year, oh, that doesn't matter either. Unless you're going to stop. Unless you're going to stop being a pro. How old were you when you started playing golf?
About 12, I think.
What course is the top of your bucket list?
That's a tricky one. Is there a time limit on these questions, or?
Those be one-word answers,
Uh,
or two if it's got to do with it.
St Andrews, old course.
What's the best course you've played?
Earth course, Jumeirah in Dubai.
Sweet. Which YouTube golf creator do you watch the most?
Oh, that's a good question. So I watch quite a lot, so it's hard to think what I watch most. I'm going to say Crossfield.
I think he's going to come back in. Do you recommend new clubs or lessons?
Lessons.
Oh, my thumb is not working today. Stableford stroke play or match play?
Match play every day a week.
Pin in or out for putting?
Out.
Bomb for show or putt for dough?
One for show every day a week.
How many clubs should be allowed in the bag?
10.
Laser GPS or eyes?
Laser GPS.
Dream four ball, dead or alive?
I've always said it would be me, my dad and my two brothers, but we never get along when we end up playing. So I'm going to say me, Tiger Woods, Ferguson, Sir Alex Ferguson, and lead singer at Arctic Monkeys, Alex Turner. I'll go for them three.
So, hey, par threes, fours or fives?
Fives.
That's it. You're in.
Beautiful. I like that. That were good, that.
Well, I kind of think like we'll get all the boring questions of golf out of the way and then dive in.
Mate, I couldn't give. If I give you £1 for every time someone asked me what my handicap was, you would have a lot of money right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to adapt that for the pros if I get more pros.
Yeah. Handicap when you turn pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I should ask, isn't it? So, Jack, if you can just introduce yourself for anybody who may not know you.
So, my name's Jak Lee. I'm a golf professional working in Doncaster at the minute. Been doing YouTube for just over 2 years now. So, grew my channel. I've got like 1,600 subscribers now. Got a nice little community going. Started playing golf like in them questions when I was 12. Realised at a very young age that I weren't as good at football as what I wanted to be. So then golf was the path that I chose, and then it's been really, really good to me ever since then. And I'm still loving what I'm doing, so it's good.
Yeah, teaching pro. How long have you been doing that?
Oh, I've turned pro 5 years ago, and I've been fully qualified for 2 now. So
awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the Happy Me show.
Pleasure, mate.
First question: why Jak Lee Golf? Why personal brand and not something other kind of branding wise?
I guess I just always wanted people to buy more into my personality than anything that a brand could offer. Do you know what I mean? Because I think when people have lessons with us, I want them to leave thinking, I like the guy, and I also like what he's taught. So that's probably a big part of it.
Yeah. And did you clock that from anybody else, or is it?
No, that's just, I think the only option that I ever had when I first started is it needed to be me and just me. So
exactly. So why did you start YouTubing? What was the sort of thought behind?
I think we briefly touched on this before, haven't we, when I spoke to you, and it were a case of from around where we were, there weren't much advertising going off. So I think best opportunity for me was to get my name out there, and quickly was to set up something, start doing some instructional videos, a couple of silly videos every now and then to keep everyone interested, and just trying to grow it from there. So for me, it's never been a YouTube thing. It's always been an advertising and a publicity thing.
Yeah, for the lessons. Have you find you get a lot of people coming to you?
Especially now I'm at Kingswood, at a specific teaching place. Because when I was at Ickleton, it was just like you work in a shop and you do a few lessons outside, whereas now I'm almost like a full-time teaching pro. So
yeah, because Ickleton's like a proper golf course, isn't it? Whereas I know Kingswood's a proper golf course, but it is driving range. People are just going to meander in there to do a driving range, aren't they?
Yeah, Ickleton's not more like a closed community, you know, like we're members, we're all mates together, and it's like a big family really. So it was strange that transition, you know, going from one to other. Took some getting used to.
I was going to join Hickleton, and then someone said you had to sit down and have a chat with the captain.
I think a few years ago you did. I'm not sure if they still do that anymore.
Yeah,
If it was up to me, you won't have to do that.
You have to tell him what you do for a living and all that. And I'm like, oh, when I tell him I'm a YouTuber, well, I was a web designer and stuff like that at that time. I weren't going to tell him that.
I'd make some stuff up, mate.
It's what, sorry?
I can't like I were a right vagabond.
Yeah.
Robber. I'm a bank robber.
Can't do anything. Yeah. Security.
Yeah.
Positives of doing your YouTube, obviously you alluded a little bit to more people coming to see you, but other side of the positivity of YouTube and things like that.
Just spreading the message, really. I think there's a lot of stuff within golfing community that gets like clouded, and there's a lot of misconceptions. So it's nice to break a few myths every now and then, you know, and voice your opinion in a way that people might not necessarily have heard if they stick to the conventional stuff. So that's quite cool.
Right, like in golfing stereotypes sort of thing.
So perfect example is from every bad golfer that you've ever played with will tell you to keep your head down. When from a coaching perspective, that's like the biggest no-no that you could ever do. So to hopefully transmit that to 1,600 people that I've got opportunity to now, it's a start, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no golf pros told you to keep their head down.
Funny that, isn't it?
All your mates do.
Yeah.
You like to have a laugh, though, don't you? You can see that on your channel. You like to mess about and.
I like the silly videos more than the serious ones, which is when it comes from a professional standpoint. I don't know whether that's a hindrance or an advantage, but I do like the silly stuff. Yeah,
it's a good question, like it, because the top guys don't really go silly, do they?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. And they've done a couple of outtake videos and stuff, haven't they? But even them, then it's not like funny, is it?
Yeah, we talked about it the other night. Like, do you think you get to a certain level and then they have to?
The corporate, don't they?
Do you think they have to do everything same?
Yeah.
They all seem to do it, don't they? But yeah.
Well, don't you think Rick's stuff were better when he were like 100, 200,000 subscribers and not where he is now?
Yeah. Well, I can't say I've ever watched him when he was that small. Like,
yeah.
But I don't watch
mate, it was him. It was proper good.
Yeah, were he?
Yeah,
that's
really.
True, actually. I remember when he were at Trafford Park and he were doing some giveaways on there and stuff, and it looked a bit more, he had a proper young face when he was right whippersnapper then. Is that when you started watching stuff, is it?
Yeah, so like Peter Finch only had about 18,000 subscribers when I started watching his videos and stuff like that. So Crossfield probably on about 70 at times. 70. Yeah. He was biggest for a long while, weren't he?
Oh yeah, he was like the founding father, wasn't he? That he seems to get the.
He put something on, like he said, this is my first video, and it was like 2006, something like that. Well,
Yeah, it's interesting to see how, like, when you progress as well, if you ever get to a point where, I guess, do you find the messing about videos or the having a laugh videos, they get as many views or the?
Yeah, some do. I think the most popular ones that I've had have been equipment reviews, which is it's tricky because they're the ones that I probably least like doing, but you know they're going to be successful. So
yeah, you're wary that what grows the channel.
Yeah. So
are you a stat man?
A little bit, but you have to mix it in both, don't you? So I think it's good to find a balance between things I like doing and things that you almost need to do to keep going. So I got to a point last week where I had a video that's had that many views for a while. It's been quite, like dropping and dropping. So I thought do an equipment review, boosted it back up again. So
yeah. No, you've got to do whatever keeps your channel going, isn't it? Yeah. That's the thing that it just feels with the top guys, they get to a point where they're just going to do that. Whatever's going to get 100,000 views, but which is good. But it's I suppose it opens the door for other people to do fun videos. But you'd like to see, like you were saying, breaking stereotypes, getting out, having fun.
Yeah.
Doing hilarious videos. Daring to put hilarious on a video, I thought that was great. I just thought you were going to get so many comments. This wasn't hilarious.
My favourite ever comment was I did golf stereotypes. It were top 10 types of golfers at a driving range.
Yes.
And one comment that I had was juvenile, very unfunny. I was like, yes.
That's what I was aiming for, juvenile. Yeah. I saw that. That's one of your top videos as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think top 10, yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Happy with that.
So that actually sort of leads us into the negative side of YouTube. What have you seen? Crappy comments or anything work related with you that maybe people have tried to steer you away from it or anything like that?
Very thankfully, nothing work related. I think only times that people, well, it's hard to say really. I've been very lucky that I've not had that much negative feedback with my work, but you get the usuals, don't you? The kind of, I wouldn't say the proper trolls. My trolls are like mini trolls, so they just leave little shitty, snotty comments every now and then, and you just think, what's the point? But what I do most of the time is I'll just screenshot it and put it on my Instagram, so that my mates can then look at it and say, oh my god, who's this guy, and stuff like that. So always reacting to it in a positive way, I suppose.
Do you reply to them all? What do you reply to them?
I do, laughing faces with the funny ones, and they don't really like that. So
yeah,
it's the best way to be, isn't it? If you just laugh at them, then
yeah, I think with you guys, with golf guys, you can do that because your regular subscribers will come off at top of them anyway if they get too much. With my stuff, like 99% of people who watch my tech videos, I don't subscribers. So
yeah, that's crazy.
The worst thing what will come up will be, can't understand what you're talking about or can't understand you.
Yeah.
And if you leave it, and then it's got 15 thumbs up, like, oh, you bastard.
Yeah, you've done it.
That's what annoys me is if his comment gets 15 thumbs up, you're like, people don't say it, but they agreed with it. So I just remove them. Crap comments I remove.
Right, that's a smart thing to do, especially with your field of endeavour, innit?
Just because I'll sit there for 3 hours thinking of some witty reply.
Yeah, but then 3 hours have gone and you think,
I know. And then and then I'll think 2 hours after that, should I really have said that?
Yeah.
So in most cases, I just delete them.
Have you ever done that thing when you start typing a real, like, 3-4 line response out, and then you get to the 4th, 5th line, and you think, do you know what? It's not even worth my time doing this. I just delete it all, and then just like it. Send them a love art.
Yeah, all time, like a flaming response, and also something that's just going to destroy them, and just think, just like
I can't be asked.
Yeah, that's good though. You haven't seen anything that's putting you off next 5 years keeping doing it.
No, but I think I'm that hard faced that if I do see a couple of them things, I'll still want to do my own thing anyway. So lucky at that aspect.
Where do you think you've got that from? Where's like?
Oh, that's my mum and dad, that, definitely. They'll always drilled it in me, just saying, look, just don't be bothered what anyone says. Always do your own thing and that kind of stuff. So, very lucky in that regard.
Sweet, yeah. It's good that's where it comes from, though, that you can be thick-skinned and not everybody can they? You're not one that's got involved too much in the small channel, big channel, Twitter bickering or anything like that.
I feel like I should be more involved because I've always been just very much doing my own thing. So I'll share it on my streams, and I need to start collaborating more, to be fair, and delving into other people's communities because I like the community aspect of it all. I like, making mates and sharing stories and stuff. So, but yeah, I've always just kept my send to myself. That's probably why I don't receive as much abuse as what I might be.
It's probably the right way to be, isn't it? If you can do it. They're all little rabbit holes everywhere, aren't they? You end up doing too much on something else when you should. That's not a bad question. Do you realise the priority of what you need to do?
Perhaps not, because I think if you did know the priority of what you need to do, you would just do it and then grow, wouldn't you? Yeah. So I think everyone's out there guessing, aren't they?
Yeah. The way I equate it to golf is like, what you need to fix next. And how many golfers do what they need to do next, isn't it? It's like you always end up, your putting's your worst aspect or something, and people go down driving range with a driver and something like that. But I think internally you know what to do. But even in that webinar the other day, you were editing a video while you were doing it, weren't you? You were carrying on working while.
While Corin were talking about the rapid tag stuff, I was making notes on it, and I had it like open on my web browser, and I did into mine. So I'm always looking to take not nick at people's ideas, but take inspiration from them and stuff like that. So. Yeah,
but it's just tech to help that, isn't it? But you can see that you were working on those. But I seen. I'm going to come back to your goals video. 3 videos a week was the 2020 goal, was it? Or was that?
Yeah, I wanted to upload 150-ish by end of year, 155, I think.
You know what you're on? Do you know how many?
I know that in last week I've been doing one a day, and I think until we get back to normal, I will be doing one a day. So that's good. It's been a nice little break for us. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I've got the time now to do the projects that I wanted to do that I haven't been able to do. So.
And I've got questions on future projects coming, but
cool.
We'll come back to all that stuff. Next few questions are a little bit pumping up golf.
Okay.
What does golf do for you when did you start? You've said, and does it overlap into your life? Like the golf lessons that you get, does it overlap into how you are in your life?
Yeah, mate. There's been times when I've been in Donny Town Centre, like intoxicated, texting people about the backswings. It's been 3:45, texting people about what they need to do in the backswing and stuff. And then I read it next morning and I think, what have I sent to him there?
Oh, you don't offer me WhatsApp in the morning after a night out.
But yeah, it definitely overlaps. It's one of them things for me because of the opportunities that it's given me, and because it's molded me as a person. Because even when you think about the playing side and the etiquette that golf brings you and the manners and stuff like that, it's given me everything. So I think it's only fair that I give everything back to people that I teach and.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, do you find yourself more patient and, like you say, you've got better manners because of golf? I mean, it sounds like your parents would have make sure you had nice manners anyway, but golf reaffirmed it.
Definitely, because you look at like the things that you have to do when you're playing with people, and being very fortunate to grow up in the junior setup that I did. It were like we had a very good junior organizer and a real good group of us that are all 12, 13, 14, and instead of being on street corners drinking White Star, we're out playing competitions and stuff. So
yeah,
it was good.
And smartly dressed and
yeah,
always and... Have you got junior scheme up at Kingswood?
Yeah, we do like, I think, coaching sessions Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. But it's a funny membership in it, so we don't have proper members, but they pay like 35 quid a year and then a green fee every time they want to play. So we all tend to coach them to the point when they can then get a proper membership somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, nephew's bag were right there till yesterday. He's got a net in his back garden. He were really good, and then we started counting shots on a golf course, and it kind of went. It weren't as much fun as driving range then. So then he got into football, but now he's starting to. I left him for ages, and he started to say, "Oh, I want to get back into golf with you, Uncle Paul." So he went and got a 130 quid set from American Golf, and so he could be another student coming your way soon.
Yeah, more the merrier.
Advice to new golfers and. How do we get more people out on the course? So it's sort of people walking into a golf club first time and the stereotypes that are not as true as they probably think they are.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd probably say this will sound like a bit of a cheesy and a stock answer, but get lessons, because what I find is that the worse you are at golf, the least you want to play it. Yeah. And if you can see a progression straight away, that's going to want to make you come back more and more. So yeah, I'll probably go down that route.
Yeah, would you say get half decent on the driving range first, or at least do something on driving range first rather than just walking out on a golf course?
Yeah, I think it can be a bit soul destroying out there, can't it, when you're first starting? So, but I suppose it's one of them. How do you know that you're good enough to then be on a golf course? That's the funny one.
Yeah, but it's true, isn't it?
Because in your head you could be like, I'm ready for this now, and then you shoot 154 and you think, oh, that were a bit of a struggle. 6 hours later.
What would you say about keeping score for the first few times?
Probably wouldn't. I recommend to people that are just first starting out is to just remember your good shots and count up how many good shots you've hit in that round. And then next time you play, say that you hit 5, try and make it 6 or 7, and then build it that way. Because no one really does that, do they? They'll think in a round of 100 all the bad shots that they hit when you're starting. You want to think it the other way around, don't you?
Yeah, try and remember your good ones.
Yeah,
I had a good one where some guy said count your penalty shots. Not on when you're first starting out though. Like if you've got in a bunker and you don't get out, count that as 1.
Right.
If you three putt, count that as 1 penalty shot.
Oh right, yeah.
If you miss green from 5 yard away or 10 yard, count that and see how many little, like losing a ball and stuff. Don't count your total score, but count out them little tiny mistakes that sort of add up, don't they?
Yeah, like errors aside, what would you actually shoot?
Yeah, what's your error penalty score? But that's definitely not when you first start either. But like going into clubhouses and stuff like that, I think people still think they're stuffy places.
Yeah, we play quite a lot of Sheffield Union stuff, and on a Wednesday night there were one course that insisted that you had to wear a suit and tie, for the sit-down meal after we finished. So you work all day, finish at 5, tee off at 5, play 18 holes of match play against another club, and then they said you had to have a change of clothes with you as well, and it's just stupid.
Yeah. So
even us at that time being like elite local golfers, it was just like, what are we doing? I'd rather just go and sit in Mackey's on my own with flip-flops.
Yeah, exactly. You're just going to leave, aren't you?
Yeah.
All you've done is cost club 15 quid a man or something for a few pints or whatever, yeah. Do you think what's happening now with, obviously, coronavirus, everything, and Do you think they're going to come back out of this and change in any way?
I hope so. I think the courses that don't, the clubs that don't, are going to struggle, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, people wanting to get back out. That's the other part of this question, isn't it? What do you think clubs need to do to get people out back into golf clubs?
I think they need to be more accepting. I don't know what you think about this, but there's a balance at the minute between golf clubs needing money to survive, but all upholding these ancient standards of having this like snobbery and elitism. I think they need to drop all of it, because a lot of these people that I've come in contact with before, they're not business people. So they'll uphold the standards of snobbery and elitism, but then they won't earn enough money to keep the club going. So it's like, are you just running this for your sen, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the members, the committee and the members need to get a lot of hammerings.
Don't say that C word. It drives me crazy. That is the C word.
Have you ever been on a committee? Have you
No, but I've worked like where they thought that they were above me and my other pro that worked there, and it soon becomes apparent that there's two of us that know what we're doing and a lot of people that don't. So nightmare, mate.
Is it like, I've never been involved in it. My dad's been involved at Ardwick Leisure Centre as a swimming coach for 40 years, and that committee was bad enough.
Right.
But
I think for a few people, it's the only place where they've got some like real authority in their life. And I know that sounds really like severe and vindictive, but
it's right though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're not business people.
No, and most of them aren't even golf people. That's the scary thing.
Yeah. So they're just protecting the country club.
Yeah, protect it. Well, they've got the parking spots, haven't they? So
yeah, they don't. I don't think they have them at Ouston, do they?
Not at Ouston, no.
Yeah, where I'm a member, isn't it? Robin Hood Ouston. It's more of a hotel. I know it's got a members side to it, but it's not. It doesn't strike me as just a members club.
I think it used to be more of a members club until it merged to like hotel and facilities and stuff like that.
Yeah. So do you think like golf pros, and I should have put some more golf pros questions in, social media wise, between the committee and the golf pros, that they could get better at it? I think so.
Yeah.
Did your YouTube channel being on social media help you with the job?
I would have thought so. Yeah, I think the proactiveness of me doing the things that I did and bringing eyeballs to Wickleton when I first started it, like, really helps. But a lot of them didn't really know what it was. You know, even as it started to grow and stuff, and I was like, I think I was trying to make a point of how significant it might be eventually, and they were like, "Oh, enjoyed your video, mate. I like that 6-iron." I'm like, whatever, nice one.
Do you see your YouTubing as another string to your bow wherever you might end up or wherever you go?
Yeah, long term, I hope so. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely can't help, can it?
No, I hope it's the destination, you know, long term, you know.
Do you think golf-wise it's on? Is it going up or is it going down, or is it just sort of stagnated? It doesn't. I can't.
That is such a crazy question, isn't it? Because I ain't got a clue. You hear some reports that we're in decline, and then you see more people playing that you've never seen before, and it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's just a strange game, isn't it?
A lot of my mates have stopped playing.
Right.
We used to play every Saturday and stuff, and then we go away. But I would say a lot of them have stopped, but they're all casual roll-ups. They're not members anywhere. There's only me and one of my other mates that are members. But I wouldn't have said they all got into it, but they never kicked on with it. Never sort of. I don't know why. Yeah, I haven't really thought why.
Maybe because it's severity of game. Think about how hard it is. I think it always comes back to that, doesn't it?
What do you think of that with people saying maybe make the hole bigger on a certain day and stuff?
I quite like it, you know. You know, any fun formats, time's the big one for me, you know. I'd make a lot more 7-hole golf courses, you know, where you can get around in an hour.
Yeah, 7-hole, would you?
Yeah, because we love like 7-a-side football on a Tuesday night, and I've probably had much more enjoyment out of that than I have playing the last like 4 or 5 years, and that's because it's an hour. You get together with your mates, you have a laugh, and it's just brilliant. If we could think of a format where we could say, like you said, bigger holes, 7 holes, it's only an hour, a couple of pints when you've finished, it's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, cricket's gone that way, isn't it?
2020, yeah. I think some of them even do 10 overs now, don't they?
Yeah, well, that whatever that 100 thing is that's coming to 10.
Yeah, balls, yeah.
But yeah, I went and I don't know if it'd ever work on a golf course. I don't think it would, but I went on a track day with one of my mates, and he basically got his bike. He took his bike, and at 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, he could just drive it out and ride as many laps as he wanted.
Right.
And I thought, like, could a golf course do an open day where they just said to people, turn up, you can go out and play any hole you want. Obviously, don't jump in front of people, but just go and play 2 or 3 holes, come back, have a chat. You'd have to give them buggies or something, wouldn't you? Some sort of, like, you've got all day, but just go out and play course, or go and play 2 holes and come back in. And I don't know.
It needs that fresh thinking, though, doesn't it? It needs that new approach in order to bring more people into the game.
They all just came back off the bikes after 5 or 6 laps, had a chat. They're all, oh, that's nice, isn't it? And they're all just sat manning around. Then 2 of them will go, oh, we're going out. And you know, I mean, I know we had golf course. It's hard to get you to further holes, isn't it? But
it's a lot more like regimented, isn't it?
Yeah, you could let people out on buggies and stuff, but
yeah,
I just feel like it's ready for something, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, a bit of a kick up the arse.
I think the YouTube gang are showing that as well, aren't they? I think pushing it out there. There's a lot of them messing about, not messing about, having fun. I say messing about. Yeah. Having fun, making fun videos, making it more acceptable to younger people, aren't they?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the actual like commentary on like Sky Sports and stuff? It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
it was such a nice breath of fresh air that the YouTube guys came along and started doing what they do, because that's what when people getting into golf now, that's what they're looking at, isn't it? They're not looking at Simon Ohms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Simon Ohms. Nick Faldo a lesson once or something. That's what he gets hammered for, isn't it? I think he paid Nick Faldo to turn up and give him a lesson. Yeah, but maybe even if they tried the what was the football stuff where they had the fan zone.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
The 2 fans were doing it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That
just let them but say what they want.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to keep it PG. We can't be saying what we want on here, can we?
No, exactly, yeah.
Get us in trouble.
Yeah, so it's a bit more happy me philosophy questions that you're sort of dropping hints on all the time. But like when you've done a video that you know is going to take a long time to edit, what sort of drives you to like film it, edit it, send it out? What keeps you going on the long days is a simple question.
Just that thought of how people are going to react to it when it comes out, you know. The editing's probably the most laborious part for me. I don't know if it's the same with you or not, but I'm
not with my tech stuff because I just cut it and send it. But
yeah, see,
you guys, how long's an edit on a I don't know, 10 minutes?
It just depends. Longest one that I did was probably about. I don't tend to do them in one go. I'll tend to do half an hour and then come back to it and then do it that way. But one took me a good 4 days of pissing about and moving stuff and. Really? Yeah, that were a big one. I don't think it had that many views either. So you do it and then you see it's not done that well and you think, oh.
There's so many people say that. You do it, you've got all these cool camera shots and you've got all, people flying drones and they just say no one cares about your drones.
No, it's the message that you're conveying. It's not how you put it across, is it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But so do you enjoy the learning that skill of putting it all together and making a storyline? Yeah.
I like being like a camera. Well, it's funny because being as self-centered as what I am, I like being cameraman, the main actor, director. It's that's my favourite bit. So as soon as I have other people in to help me, I don't like bossing them about.
Yeah. Do you not like delegating either?
Not really, no. Just, then if it's crap, I don't want to blame them. I like blame being on me. So.
Have you got any school acting background? Are you?
Absolutely not. Just being a bit of shy since I was born. So.
So you just get your head down and do it, and you can see the bigger picture. Is that what you're saying? Like you can see. How about long days at work when you've got a full day teaching?
That's when you crack the cans up and when you get in. That's all that keeps me going. No, teaching's not too bad. It's when you do the shop shifts. They're the only thing that's like a bit of a... Because you just stood there doing no. You get your jobs done first 2 hours into shift and you have 7 hours left. So
what were reaction to... What was the reaction to the guy walking up and said, has anybody handed a biro in?
Oh, my God. It was just like astonishment, mate. Because I looked at him and you develop quite an obscure sense of humour when you work in pro shops for a few years. So I think my response to it was something like, we're at a good one, we're at a Mont Blanc. And they were like, no, it's just a biro, mate. And I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
You give him a biro. Yeah, please go away.
Genuinely, I think I said something to him like, what colour were it? And he said black. I went, no, we've had a blue one handed in, but not a black one.
Yeah. Apart from that, what's the other go-to?
Oh, we had a guy once and he came in and he said a pack of red Castle teas and he says, these are £1.30 online. And I went, all right, then I'll do them for £1.30. So I scanned them in and then I put them on the desk. And he went, what are you doing? I says, oh, you need to wait 3 days. And he went,
Yeah.
What about? I said, because if you order them online, they don't come right now, do they? So I said, come back in 3 days and you can have these for £1.30.
What did he say to that?
Fuming. He gave me extra 20p. He said, I'll give you 20p and I'll just take them now. So yeah, you will and all.
Did he got committee?
Yeah, put me up in front of him.
What's the go-to jokes that you've got to use every day?
Oh,
you must have ones that you go, ding, another one.
Yeah, let me think. Well, the only thing that we tend to talk about is the weather. I say it's been refreshing. It was refreshing for a day that we had to speak to coronavirus people, but that soon got boring. This were a good one. Have you heard the one before when people say they'll always ask me stuff about the technique and that, and if it's very evident that they don't want an actual lesson, I'll go through a couple of ones, and one of them tends to be, I think you stood too close to it, and they go, oh, do you think really? I go, yeah, after you've hit it.
Yeah.
That's a bad one, that, isn't it?
Is that the one when you know they're just tapping you up for free info?
All the time, yeah. It's when they'll pull a club off at shelf and they'll like put it in their hands and I'll go, right, here we go. And he'll say to me, what do you reckon to me grip? And I'll say, how are you hitting it? He go, I've probably got an 100-yard slice at the minute. I said, that's the worst grip I've seen in my life.
Yeah. Don't do that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine it's monotonous. Like, I suppose every time a golfer walks in, they're just one person walking into a room, aren't they? But you've had it, because I always say to my mate, why can't they just say, how's your golf game? I always say to my mate, why don't Golf Pro just say, how's your golf game? Especially if you're giving them a lesson. If you've given somebody a lesson as they walk in, you say, how's your game going?
You need to know, don't you? Well, I do.
Do you say that?
Got to. You've got to say how they've been playing, how many times have they been playing, where they've been playing. It all comes together in the end, doesn't it?
Yeah, our pro, you obviously know him, but you just head down. I just think, but then I say you've got to think that he's had 100 people like me walking room and stuff.
Yeah, mate, there's definitely been days when I've been like that, and it does get you that way, because we will go periods of time as well, especially in winter when we don't see no one, and it's very weird because you'll think that at that point you want to talk to someone, but when you've not spoke to anyone, you just want to go home. It's so strange.
Just hide behind till.
Yeah. And then someone does come in and they go, oh, these Mars bars are only 60 pence at Aldi. And you're like, oh.
Where I used to work, I used to have first desk, and there used to be a glass, accountants were upstairs, and there used to be a glass door, and they could see my desk. I'd just sit behind it, and you'd see this old lady come in to pay, because they used to do like pendant alarms for, to fall over.
Yeah.
You can't go upstairs. So the minute lady walks into the door, I know I've just 30 minutes of my day's gone, because now I've got to find out who she is, go and get somebody from accounts. So I'm like, oh.
Oh, no, a person.
So they don't teach you to be rude on PGA talk.
No, we don't pay us $4,000 a year for it like that. We get a nice magazine though every month.
Is it? Would you, if you had your time again, would you do it again?
Yeah, I would. People that we've met and how much it improved my actual knowledge. Because I think a lot of people, same as me, go into process, think you know it all as soon as you go in, and you soon realise you don't know how. So you have to start relearning it again. I'm very thankful for that, because it were a nice humility test. You know what I mean? But and lads that I got to meet on course as well, we'll be mates for life. So
yeah, sure. And are you specialising? Did I see in one of your goals you were going to do pro flight scope? Did you do the flight scope certification? Is
not done out yet. There's been, I think in this time there is opportunity to do some stuff like that though. There's a lot of guys that are running educational courses, so I need to get on a couple of them in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Definitely. And
short game. Did you say you're going to be a short game, or are you going to specialise in short game lessons?
I want to, ideally. There's a guy called James Ridyard who's Molinari's coach, and he runs I don't know if it's a web seminar. It's definitely a seminar. I think it might be in person actually, and I think if you get to know his kind of stuff, and because he's like the ultimate font of knowledge for me, so if I went down that route, that'd be really good, because it was always part of my game when I played that I were better at as well, and it's a lot easier to teach something that you're more confident in you doing than it is something that
you've got to do the can you show me? Oh shit.
Yeah, I know, mate. But it's funny though. It's funny you say that, because if I've not hit a driver for 2 or 3 weeks, which is what it's like sometimes, and someone says, "Can you hit a 300-yard drive down middle?" I'm like, "No, it's going to take me 20 shots to do what you want me to do."
Back into sync, yeah. Yeah, first lessons I used to have, a guy used to go with putting, used to go, well, I'm a bit of a sketchy putter.
It builds my confidence, that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean, show me. And you go, oh, I'm a bit of a sketchy putter myself. So, with your golf game, like, still entering pro tournaments and...
I've entered a grand total of none so far this year. I did have some booked in though, but coronavirus has kind of scampered all them. So
how does all that work? Do you pay to enter a tournament and then you go somewhere and play in it and
yeah, we're all
shared out?
Yeah, we're all involved. Like the lowest rank is the Yorkshire PGA Tour, which is one that I tend to play on most, and that's like 40 quid entry fee, and you're looking about 300-400 quid some events if you win it. So it's not a bad prize for them, really.
Yeah, sure.
I tell people all the time that if you think about professional golf being on a football scale, I'm like Alfreton Town, whereas McIlroy's Man United, Man City. Do you know what I mean? So there's so many levels in between us, you wouldn't believe.
That will be my next question, I think. There, what is like, who's sort of player that you've played with and gone, holy crap, this person's just...
Well, Matt Fitzpatrick. So reason why I say he's my favourite, I had a chance to play with him on 2 or 3 occasions, I think. And one time, he had a 2-shot penalty on one of holes, and I think he still beat me by like 12 shots. And I'm looking to turn pro in a couple of years, and he was there already. You could just tell. It was just mint. And he was like such a nice guy as well. But you're thinking at the time, it's like, I've got that much work to do to get on this guy's level, and we're the same age. So
where are you with levels of talent and hard work? Are you like...
I've been low levels of talent, but a lot of hard work always.
I mean, in your mindset of general, if you show a young kid coming up now, is do they have to have some natural talent and hard work, or
there's certain...
Make yourself do it?
It's weird with golf, isn't it? Because the hard-working ones will always outperform the ones that have got talent that don't. But it's such a head start for them if they have got a bit, if they know. It's just the fundamentals, really.
Yeah.
They can grip it if they've got like a decent enough posture and they can swing it, control the club face and stuff like that. It's a right head start. But I mean, I've had guys, first couple of lessons I've come in, I'm going to think, chuffing hell, this is hard work. And through their hard work, they get to a point when I think, right, he's a golfer now. He can play. Yeah.
What do you consider a golfer?
This is going to sound right, like snobby and elitist in it, but if you're competent at getting it round under 100 every time, like your worst round is 100, then I think you're a golfer.
Yeah.
A proper one, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you're never going to quit because you've got to a point where you get it under 100, you're probably not going to quit at that point either, are you? You're going to keep... That's
a good level of competency, that, isn't it?
Yeah. I just think if you've got the same ball you start with, it's a pretty good idea.
That is a good achievement.
I'm still delighted with that.
Hey, I'm buzzing. Even me.
What do you consider a YouTuber?
Oh, that's a good question. After I answer this one, I've got a question for you because I want to know this one. But a YouTuber for me, consistency plays a big part into it, doesn't it? I think if you're someone that just uploads like once every 2 months, you're not a YouTuber, are you?
Well,
unless you've already got 10 million subscribers and every video you do is...
I suppose how many videos is the question, I think.
Yeah.
But you think it's a continuous YouTuber, not necessarily...
I like what you've just said then. I think it's your back catalogue, in it. Your total videos in total. How many you've done then, that makes you a YouTuber. If you make one ever, you're not a YouTuber, are you?
No.
But if you made 100 3 years ago and now you only do one a month, you're still a YouTuber, aren't you?
Yeah.
If you had some success with it.
I think 30. I think 30-ish videos. I think by 30 that you can at least decide that you've done a lot at 30, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah. If they're all 10 minutes as well, roughly, that's like 300 minutes. What's that?
Well, if you've done 30 and you're going to carry on doing it, you're probably a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I think if you've done 30 and you've been it, then you can...
Yeah, innit? Well, that's some horrendous maths by me then, wasn't it? 300 minutes is 5 hours, isn't it? And I said 3 hours.
Can't do maths on these live things. Liam asked me a question that was something like 2 + 2 and I came up with that.
18.
Hit me. What was the question?
Who was your favourite YouTubers? Who do you watch? Golf, non-golf?
I don't watch a lot of golf. I like the podcasts where people talk and stuff. I consider golf because I've been playing 10 years now, but I'm a bit like in golf what I used to be like when I was a kid at football. I'd prefer just be out playing it. I don't like to watch people playing it.
Yeah. Same with me.
YouTubers. I'm liking Bogey Brothers. They're always a good. There is a good laugh. They get out and do stuff.
Like the States, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're finding these little YouTube channels, aren't you? I'm very mainstream, me, you know.
Yeah, are you just straight on the big guys?
Pretty much, yeah.
The big ones. Like Liam, to be fair, I bounce all over the place though, so I can't say that I watch any one person all the time. But if someone comes out with something, I think, oh, that looks like it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I mean, when I've seen you in a Asmat, is it Asmat? Whatever. When I see, like, I'm watching that, and I always try and remember. I'll come back to that video. I know certain people, when they put videos out, I'll go back and check them out. But I don't know. Can I break par and that sort of stuff? I like to see two people, like you say, collaborative channels getting together and having a laugh. And I think what you find when you're a YouTuber, I think this is what a lot of them are watching podcasts for and stuff like that, is you're waiting to get mentioned.
Yeah.
You're waiting to get ask a question and, oh, he's answering my question, but what did he say about me?
That's crazy, that, isn't it? Do you know your North-South divide video?
Yeah.
As I was watching that, I was like, is he going to mention me here? And my name's come up, and then he went, North, we've got Jak Lee, I'll be seeing him soon. I'm like, yes, get him, got a mention.
I 100% knew that's what people are waiting to see. They're waiting to be mentioned.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want YouTubers to watch you, do a video about YouTubers and then mention ones and say whatever.
You're spot on, because one of my most viewed ones were a video, it was basically 6 minutes, and it was called "Why Didn't I Get Into the YouTube Golf Day?" And I made a 6-minute video basically saying I didn't get invited.
Yeah,
and I strung it out for 6 minutes, to be fair. I'm quite proud of it. So
yeah, so golfing wise, I tell them all. To be fair, I had them all the other day, and all of them said they don't watch YouTube golf videos. And I went, all right, thanks for joining the webinar. See you later.
Yeah. It's a disadvantage for a lot of people, though, because it's a good collaborative exercise to watch other people's videos, isn't it? You know, and not nick ideas, but
that might be the difference between a pro golf YouTuber and these amateurs, though. Like, to just go, someone like Liam says, I watch everything.
Yeah.
There's all the new guys. I'm sure you're watching a lot. You're monetized now. You're a professional YouTuber now.
That's crazy, that, isn't it?
And
don't say that. You get me nervous when you say stuff like that.
You're a pro. So what other guys? I just bounce around YouTube. I can't think of it. It's strange. I watch all YouTube all the time, but
do you want to know my ultimate guilty pleasure? I watch a lot of gaming YouTube videos. Like FIFA. Yeah, but I play a lot of FIFA myself.
I was going to get you my FIFA team up, actually, but I thought I had it on my phone.
We'll save that for after.
I was going to ask you about your FIFA addiction.
Oh, mate, it's mint. The addiction's not mint, but my team's amazing.
well, my team were called Nico Zeros, and I only had English players in it.
Oh, nice. You're limiting yourself there, though, mate.
Yeah, but I'd rather score with a Shearer than a Messi. Yeah.
Roberto Baggio, like I've got.
I tell you what, it cost me a fortune, that bleeding team.
I know it does.
You get a bit obsessed, don't you? It's proper. I mean, that's online gambling in a way.
It is. I don't know how they get away with it, mate.
Opening packs is effectively gambling to me, but
they've had to start putting percentages on packs now, for players that you can get, because otherwise, if you keep it anonymous, it's illegal, isn't it?
On what? On doing what?
They'll say that, like, for an 82 rated player, they have to put that you've got a 2.5% chance of getting one now. Whereas before they just didn't they?
Because people are like, oh,
yeah,
brutal.
I know.
I knew a lad of a lad not far from here who, they were doing, because you're not allowed to. You can't enter trade anymore, can you?
No, you can't trade coins anymore now.
He got some computer program. He developed something where he knew which players to buy, which players to sell.
Yeah.
And then on PayPal, you could buy 1 million coins off him for 30 quid.
It's mad, isn't it?
Made an absolute fortune.
Cheap that. It's peak that. It used to be 10 quid for 100,000 coins.
What's your team? Are you playing it now?
No, I'm just in my bedroom now. We'll liaise later. I'll show you. I'll send you a screenshot of her.
I've got Lampard, Scholes, Gerrard.
Well, I spent some money on it then, haven't you?
Bobby Moore. There's no good England goalkeepers or left backs. There needs to be an Ashley Cole icon.
Yeah, Pickford's got little arms, hasn't he?
Well, I played Ben Foster with team at week. You were a better keeper.
Yeah, push out that.
I need Jordan Henderson to.
All these YouTube golfers are going to be like, "What are these guys talking about?"
It's over. It's over.
That's, you know, we're on about second channels of a week. That's my second channel. I'm going to do a gaming one, I think.
I would. If you enjoy it.
Yeah, but if that kicks off more than my golf stuff, that's not going to look good, is it?
Hey, it's your bank account. The only stat I look at on my YouTube channel is the dollars.
Longer, yeah.
It is. It's like, how do I get that up? Like, oh yeah, more Happy Me questions. Yeah, we'll get back to golf. Let's have a look. Sideways. I've got your goals up. I've got them in the Happy Me section because I like. How did you write your goals down? What made you put them out to the world?
Do it every year. So in December, I'll think what I want to do for this next year, and I always write them down. And in that video, I reviewed last year's goals as well, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I've done that for about 5 years now. So.
But you never got it from like nobody taught you to do that. You just thought I'll write them down and follow them up. And
it's more of a kick up arse for me because I think if I don't set any goals, then I won't do well. So I need to, like in say March, if I'm feeling as though I'm slacking, I need to look back at my goals and think, oh crap, I've got 3 or 4 that I need to do there. So
you should carry that in your wallet.
Yeah, I know. I've seen my notes in my phone, but I very rarely look at it. So
where was the 4 PG? Well, that's good. Everything's gone out of window a little bit because of everything that's happened, doesn't it?
Wow.
Read a book a month. Listen to a book a month. That's going to be the way forward. No.
I did the 100-mile thing in January when we were running, and I got halfway through a book, and it was the most dullest thing I've ever read. It put me off books altogether. So I might pick a few up later in the year, but that's fallen well down the priority list, that one.
Yeah. Develop a stock shot.
Yeah, I want to, a bit unpredictable, me. I want to just fade it all the way around because the way that I hit it and stuff, I present a suitable enough loft to it. It's still quite far with a fade. So one of my best rounds in Dubai last year, I hit in like these real nice fades off at tee. The bad one for me is one that it draws too much. So I want to get rid of that, but nope, not yet. Well, we got time. What are we in? March, April?
Yeah, it's still plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
What's golfing in Dubai like? What's the?
It's amazing. What an incredible place that is. There's loads of. There's very rare you see an unemployed person because I think everyone's got a job to a real minor level. So you see a lot of like road sweepers and stuff. It's such a clean place and not as scary as what people make you believe. You know, with the strict laws and drinking laws and stuff. You can't drink on ground level. You have to be upstairs and stuff. But it's not as strict as what people say.
How far from Qatar is it? Is it?
Not too far, I don't think. Maybe an hour plane, something like that. Yeah,
they're talking Qatar World Cup is going to be the best World Cup to go to because every ground's within 30 kilometres at city centre. So apparently
winter as well, that one.
Is that?
Going to be winter as well, that one.
Yeah, February. Yeah, so I'd be interested because every time the World Cup comes along, you go, it's going to be crap there, isn't it? And like Russia, everybody said Russia were going to be rubbish, didn't it? And then obviously.
Best in my lifetime, that by a mile.
How old are you?
24 now.
Yeah, I would say by your email address or your.
Yeah, Euro born 95.
Yeah. So Euro 96, I went to the final.
No way.
Yeah, flipping bastards. Euro 96 in the backstory of Euro 96 is England never qualified for World Cup in 94.
No.
So they weren't very good. They were rubbish. So when it got to Euro 96, nobody thought they were going to do anything. So in October the year before, I don't know where we got them from. We got some trip that said, do you want to go to Euro 96 final, a night in an Earls Court hotel, a bus from Donny there and back for £100.
Sure thing, that's mint that.
So we didn't think England were going to get anywhere near it because they were terrible. I mean, they were rubbish.
I bet that semi-final was like heartbreaking, wasn't it?
Yeah. Good companions in Bentley.
Yeah.
Especially in what a lot of people don't. We're totally not talking about golf now. What a lot of people don't remember about. Have you ever seen the video where Gazza nearly scores?
Yes, when he slides in and just misses it
in extra time, and Anderson hits the post.
Yeah,
it's golden goal.
Yeah, so that goes in. It's game over, isn't it?
Over, yeah. It's over. It's like no.
Oh my God. Well, he always says Gazza, doesn't he? He wishes it were 2 inch taller because then that goal had gone in, wouldn't it?
But he thought goalkeeper.
He held his run, didn't he?
He missed it, didn't he? Yeah. So, Yeah, I mean, that was close as we got, but then Italia 90 were something else, and all that were mental. But apart from that,
how old are you then? Italia 90.
Me,
Yeah.
15.
Oh, that's prime football loving time, that, isn't it?
Brutal. Especially when we battered Germany as well.
Yeah.
They obviously beat us. When did that was the first time Germany beat us on penalties, wasn't it? Where Chris Waddle, that Wednesday bastard, nearly. I don't think that one's even come out of the crowd yet, has it? But yeah, it's amazing what it can do, though, isn't it? Just that last year's just the whole vibe of the country, isn't it?
Well, we were going to like Silver Street in Donny when we were playing. It was just amazing.
Where were you going? Our in Bowlers.
Hogan's, me. So yeah, like next door. I bet I've seen you that many times. Right?
Exactly, yeah. We were downstairs in Bowlers.
We were on street with flares on people's shoulders.
Jumping off at bus stops.
Yeah, that poor bus stop, mate. Got kicked in every week, didn't it?
Yeah. It's not a good thing. It can't be a good thing of what's happening, though. But all England team were injured, weren't they? Mark, this coming up to Euros.
Yeah.
Kane, Sterling's sort of gone off at Boyle.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully a year's delay, it might be a bit better for him. But
similar as to what happened in '96. I think in 2018 we had no expectations, did we? I thought if we get out of group, we've done well. But now, because we've played well, these expectations are back on. We're probably going to do shit again, aren't we? So
it's all going to go downhill again. But
it's horrible being an England fan, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Up until this year, it's not been great being a Sheffield United fan.
Yeah.
Well, that's 3 years, 4 years. But we'll move on from football. We should do another. I'll do another channel for footballing debate.
Yeah.
So the next question is Performing Seal and the Space Monkey question. Oh. Are you wary? The Performing Seal is, I think I've learned to make this quicker, selling your soul for views, doing things that you know will make views, but you don't believe in. Like, just something you don't believe in. Well, I guess just that. Mm-hmm. Are you wary of things that you could do for views that you won't cross a line?
Not at this. It's funny, isn't it? You know, if I were more followed, if I had more subscribers, then I think the line becomes more apparent. At this stage, while I'm still trying to find the thing that takes me off, you're kind of willing to do a lot of stuff, aren't you? I mean, I'm chuffing dressed up in a hazmat suit the other week, willing, because if I didn't put the NHS disclaimer thing in at the end, because that were at a time when this weren't as nowhere near as severe as what it is. So as I'm editing that, I'm thinking, shit, this is like not funny. There's a lot of people that's going to be offended by this. So I had to kind of go back on myself with that one. Yeah,
when you filmed it, it weren't as bad, were it? And then probably as you were editing it, all sort of they were closing pubs down, and
I was nervous to put that one out. To be fair,
yeah, but you were still wary that you'd done it in the best intentions.
Yeah, and I didn't make any like snide comments as I were going around. It was just the whole thesis of it were after every hole I said, make sure you're staying safe.
Yeah.
Even though it were in an half jokey way, I was still saying it.
Yeah, you weren't doing anything confrontational just to get more views, though. You were.
Yeah, I weren't taking piss at people that lost their jobs or all like that. So I weren't like them two guys in America that were licking toilet seats. See them freaks?
I think one that licked up milk bottles on that.
Idiots, mate.
They're stupid, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, but like you say, you've got to try everything, haven't you?
Yeah.
Until you, but you think you've got a decent. Well, you seem to have a decent moral compass that you go, no, that's
try.
Or
it changes after a few beers, but.
Yeah. So the Space Monkey question is basically space monkeys were strapped to rockets and fired into space. They didn't want to, as far as I'm concerned, no monkey ever wanted to be in a rocket fired into space. Is your golf channel the correct rocket?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We are specific. Like,
is it your passion? Is golf everything that you think about? Is golf? Are you always on golf, or is your mind possibly elsewhere?
It does drift. I mean, I've got quite a lot of hobbies and stuff, and a lot of different stuff I like doing. But for me, it's like my life, isn't it? It's my job. It's my hobby. It's everything really. So
yeah, with you that's easier.
Well,
with you, that's the easier answer because it is your life and your business and your.
Yeah, that's why, we said earlier that it'd be very unfortunate if I went down another avenue and that were to take off. I feel like, is that the right thing that I should be doing? I'm not meant to be a FIFA YouTuber, do you know what I mean? So,
well, that'd be the question. And what if you had 10,000 YouTube golf subscribers or 10,000 gaming subscribers,
yeah,
what would you be happier making content for?
it's golf, innit? As much as I try and trick myself, the lazy boy in me will be like, "Oh, this is amazing! I can just sit in my arse all day and just play FIFA." But it's golf. So
I guess the question is, how would it feel? 100,000 views a month from golfing people, or 100,000 views from people who are gamers.
Yeah, in it. Yeah, one of them is my community. One of them in.
Who would you want comments more of?
Yeah, Jim with your shaft ideas and stuff.
Found a bio of you. So going forward, creative plans, anything you can share that you've got your eye on?
I'm wary of one idea, right? Because I think it's my best ever idea, so I don't want to let that cat out the bag. But I'm going to start filming that today. I've just bought a green screen, so some silliness is coming with that soon. That's going to be good.
I watched the toolbox. Was that on the green screen?
Last night, yeah, mate. That was the first one. I'll try and I'm filming yours straight after this. So the green screen is going to be involved. That's going to be good.
I need to get one. Yeah, you can get
some, mate. It were only 30 quid off Amazon. I'll send you a link if you want.
Yeah. I need to get ones that stand up and just straight collapse, can't you?
They're expensive then though, about 150 quid.
Sweet.
But my mum's filming because I've turned our extra spare room now. That's just my filming room, and she hates it. She says, "Right, tip in here now." I'm like, "Sorry, it's work."
How do you get where you turn video on, start recording, and doors start slamming, and people start talking outside room and stuff yet?
On a couple of videos though, like if my mum starts talking to me in the video, I'll just talk back to her.
Yeah, just
a bit off-putting, like. But she goes, "What do you want me to say?" I go, "I don't know. I'm just filming it. Leave me alone."
I've got Ring.com. I've got one of them Ring cameras on front of the house with my dad.
Oh, yeah.
And every time I start one of my videos, my dad drives his van up, and I'm like,
"Shit."
He couldn't time it any better. Camera comes up. Someone's going to walk into the door any minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry, you've got one you can't share. You've got a green screen, so you're going to have some fun with that, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting back onto course, you know. All the club testing that I did, it's so much better when you can get them out on course and see what they're actually like. So as soon as we come back to some normality, I think that's going to be the plan for this summer.
Sweet. So big ideas coming.
Mm-hmm. A lot of equipment stuff. There'll definitely be a few more silly ones down the line because there always is. They just come to me in sporadic bouts of craziness then. So
is that what comes on the range when you just sort of look in and you go, I'm going to do the one where I'm going to people on the driving range and hit a 10-yarder and go run after it and all that?
Yeah, they take a bit more thought because they're the ones that I want to get right. Do you know what I mean? I can't just put them out and because I think it's a lot harder to get an idea like that. So once a funny one does come along, and they're the ones that I have to make proper. Yeah.
Do you let it niggle with you? Do you let it like go? Do you act on it straight away, or do you go like a day later? It's still niggling at you. Going.
I'm a festerer, me, and I think longer that it stays up there, more important that you know what it's going to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This one that I've had it for ages. There's two actually. There's two big ones, but there's one that I can actually do while we're not working. I've had that for ages, and it's one of them. I've told my closest mates, and they're like, "You need to do it. You need to do it." And I'm thinking, actually, I need to do it now, don't I?
Yeah. I can imagine your mates on some idea. Yeah, you do that.
Who's this guy?
That'd be great to watch you do that.
Yeah.
Any more footballing ones? I watched your Man United one. I thought it were good.
I enjoyed that one, you know. That's probably one of the most that I enjoyed. But that was part of like a weekly vlog, weren't it?
Yes, Arsenal away it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I'd love to do more of them, but I don't know. It's just I always feel a bit of a dick filming at a football match. You know what I mean? I like to get in amongst it. So tricky then.
I go with my nephew and say, look, if you want to film, you film.
Yeah, that's it. We need a cameraman, don't we?
He's only 12, so it's like, yeah, no one's going to tell you off.
Yeah.
Cool. So is it the last Happy Me question? The last question is a $2 million question. I almost dropped this one out. Have you seen the $2 million question?
I've not seen a $2 million question yet, no.
$2 million is, you got $2 million in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the house paid for, the house, wherever in the world, in Portugal or America, you've got all them are all paid for. The car and the drives are paid for.
Mm-hmm.
You've been on the world trips, golfing or whatever. You've done all the world trips.
Yeah.
Everything's paid for. Money's not an object. What's the day job?
Try and make it on tour.
Right.
Or teach people for free. If I've done everything, I've accomplished everything. It's either.
We've got to charge them.
Oh, I've still got to. All right.
You don't have to, but it's still a job.
All right. So you still got to do it. Yeah. So it's either if I'm that financially settled that I could back myself, I'd try and play on a tour. Because knowing how far away from it I actually am, it would take probably all 2 million of investment, I think, to try and get me out there. So, but yeah,
still be YouTubing.
Yeah, document it. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
From a shot pro to a tour pro.
Well, if you'd have been doing Happy Me goals, that would have been one of them.
I know. Black him, mate.
If your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough.
I know. They are too soft, mine, aren't they? I need to put some wild ones in there.
No, what they are is you're telling other people them.
Mm.
The ones that you've got up here, you don't tell them.
Yeah, I never think that far in front, you know. I'm very much like a 1 week at a time kind of guy. I know it's boring, that, isn't it? But
you just came out with the goal is to get on tour.
Oh, you're my therapist now?
No.
Am I paying you for this?
Just wait till you give me golf lessons and I'm happy being the crap out of you in return.
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
Well, it puts you on the right rocket. It wasn't changing jobs, was it?
No.
So, yeah, there's a goal in there. If that's the goal, then go for it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what it is that's holding me back in that instance? It's a fear of failing, isn't it? It's because I'm in my head. Do you know if I were better, I would probably go for it. But I think I'm further away than what I need to be.
Well, you're a pro. You're a lot closer than a lot of other people that might have said it.
It's scary, isn't it?
She's Space Monkey. We'll talk about Space Monkeys a lot.
Yeah.
Is it bullshit? It's your voices from other people. It's not your voice. Your voice is going, I'd like to be a pro. I'd like to be a tour pro. And you just go, I need to practice more. I need to play more. You know what you need to do. But then you get his little bullshit voice going, oh, yeah, but that's a lot of work, innit? And you could do that. And, you know, what are they going to say? And if that was your goal, you could just get your head down and do it, couldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. I hate you.
No, but you're the first 2 million question that got nobbled with it, to be fair. Everybody else just says, oh, I'll just do what I'm doing now.
Oh, right.
But you didn't. You came out with something that's cool.
Oh, cool.
Cat's out of the bag now for anybody else answering that.
Yeah, go. We'll come back to this video in like 10
No, but
minutes.
that's the easiest way to look at your goal is, well, Bob Proctor would say 3 types of goal. A type is something you've already done. So it's like, I want to be a pro next year. Well, you're already a pro, so that's not a goal. Yeah. B type of goal is I want to be best pro in Doncaster. Mm-hmm. Say that. Like, do you think you can do that?
Yeah.
So it's another pointless goal because you think you can do it. C type of goal is I want to be on tour.
Yeah.
That scares the crap out of you, and you go, I have no idea how to do it. I don't know if well, you've got unlimited potential, so you can do it. But the C-type goal will get you out of bed in the morning. The ones that you think you can do and the ones that you've already done.
Yeah. So
it's like it's got to get you out of bed and it should scare the crap out of you.
Yeah.
That's the best way of looking at it.
Yeah.
I can't remember the second part of that, what I was going to say. But the $2 million questions is the easiest way to answer it. If I had no money problems, what would I do? The billionaires go to work.
Yeah, yeah.
So what would your day job be? And that's,
Yeah. Maybe I just need $1 million to kickstart it.
1,600 YouTube subscribers. Did you think you'd have that when you started? Did you?
No.
Yeah. What was
1,000.
the goal?
1,000 was always the goal, From starting, I think, wherever it takes me, if I get to 1,000, then I've done it. And then I got to 1,000, I'm like, shit, what do I do now? That would be that goal, wouldn't it?
So, yeah, well, exactly. Now, looking back at that, what goal should it have been?
1 million.
Right. And now what it should be?
It should be 1 million now, shouldn't it?
Well, it was going to be 1 million at start.
Oh, yeah, so it should be like that. Yeah.
It's hard to do, though, but then that goal is what you should write down and put in your wallet.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, saying it's easy, but that's...
Yeah.
So, having said all that, the final question, where will you be this time next year? If we get back on and do a Happy Me Show update,
yeah.
Where are you going to be work-wise, golf-wise, YouTube subscriber-wise?
The subscriber goal was 5,000 for end of this year, so that'd be nice. If we get to this time next year, I've got 5,000. I still think I'm going to be in the same job. but I think I'll be teaching more people. I think I'll be busier. What other stuff? I think I might have a second YouTube channel by then.
Yeah. Gaming.
Only on from what conversations me and you have had. Don't know if it'll be gaming. Not sure what it's
all right. More clips or more messing about and
maybe,
more being yourself in a.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Just freeing you up to do a little bit of other stuff.
Yeah.
And you obviously like your football, so.
Yeah, lifestyle channel would be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just put all my crap on there that I've been doing for a week.
So we work, is there like promotions or anything like that in the offing? Is there, or your really. PGA or?
Just in case of growing clientele. I think you can escalate in the ranks of a pro, like we have PGA Professional, then you have A, double A, triple A, something, there's one, and then there's Master. And that's only through your educational courses. So the more that you learn, the more that you'll move up through ranks. So, well, that's not something that interests me. Because once you get to be a fully qualified PGA pro, I think we're all the same. It's not the accolades that I'm after, it's the knowledge that I'm after. Do you know what I mean? So if I learn everything that I wanted to learn, but still stayed at my status, then I won't be bothered.
Yeah.
So.
Knowledge is power.
Absolutely, mate. Everything, isn't it?
It's all about knowledge, isn't it? Because if you knew what you know now, golf or YouTube wise or anything, when you look at a golfer, is knowledge the most important thing over talent or skill, or you know what I mean? Like, you know more about golf than me. That's why you're better at golf than me, aren't you? Obviously, there's physical things as well, but
right.
You're more knowledgeable in golf than me. That's why you'll beat me every time on a golf course, isn't it?
Probably the willingness to like technology on board. You know how good you are at computing what someone's saying to you. Because I see people that are really skilled and really talented, but I've had lessons where I'll be talking to them and like they're half not listening. Yeah. Thinking, if you listen to me in this instance, you will get better at golf. Because a big thing that I advocate for is that I might not. We haven't blown my own trumpet. I do tend to get a lot of golfers better, but if I say to them that even if you don't see the success straight away, having the knowledge to get you better in the long term just makes you a better golfer.
Yeah. Yeah. You're taking it on board, put it into practice.
The toolbox idea, mate, it all stems from I want to give so many more golfers the tools to get better. They might not get better straight away, but if you can do this, if you can do this, if you can do, as opposed to not being able to do these things, then you're a better golfer, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, I'm like knowledge and cause and effect, and you need to know why this happens and why that. And
yeah, this has happened. If you're a shit golfer, you'll do the exact same thing again. You won't adjust. But if you're a good golfer, you'll make an adjustment. You might not get it right, but then the time after, then you do change it and it's successful.
Can you clock students that are like that straight away when they sort of don't blame equipment and they just understand it's their own?
You know, it's always the ones that ask questions. Always. If ever I get stumped in a lesson, I'm like, this guy knows what he's on with.
When he asks for questions?
Yeah, but it's like questions that, because you get a lot of stock ones. You know,
when he asks you a question that stumps you.
Yeah, like a real thought-provoking one, I'm like, this guy gets it straight away.
He's already 3 steps ahead. He's got what I've told him, and now he's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. I love that. That's why I like golf the most, because it's just...
Oh, it's a minefield, isn't it?
It's forgiving that it's just this, getting to there, but how to do that is... and the wind, the rain, and the long grass, and the grass the wrong way.
And then you've got Bryson DeChambeau that's spraying his range balls, and oh my God, what's going off there? That's too much.
Yeah, there's a little bit too much with Bryson.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see where you are this time next year, mate.
I'm looking forward to this time next year. What are we on? Is it 3rd or 4th of April? I've lost track of it.
3rd of April.
3rd of April 2021.
So just before Masters next year, hopefully.
Yeah. Just before 2020 Masters next year.
Just before Sheffield United have to turn up for that March 21st game at Old Trafford.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, cheers, mate. Thanks for coming on.
It's a pleasure, mate. I really enjoyed that. Thanks for having me.
We'll be making guest appearances on each other's channel over the next 6 to 7 months, however.
Absolutely. First one coming on mine at about 8 o'clock tonight. So
sweet. I look forward to it. And I've never had it. Like I've said to you before, I've just wanted a golf pro to say this is a package, and I'll give you all the information. You can go away.
Yeah.
I'll give you some sort of promise that you're going to get better. But I know it's on me. It's happy me. It's the buck stops here. But if you find somebody who can give you that time, it's so as soon as you release that video, Are you going to do more next year? Or are you going to see where you... Have you got 3 this year?
Yeah, we've got 3 on. I nearly had 4 actually, but I've kind of said to the guy, he was like half and half. He would toe in, toe out, and I said to him, look, it's going to be more of a task for me to take 4 on. So it might be a bit of a compromise on the quality of lessons that he were having. So he said, like, no, but we've got 3. I was looking for 3 like American guys, to do an online one, but we have no update on that yet. So, but it's going to be good, mate. Can't wait.
Yes, looking forward to it.
When we can finally get going, we're all raring to go now.
Great stuff, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Pleasure, mate.
Again. Cheers, mate.
Speak soon.
Oh.